Alright. Alright. Good morning. It's another day in paradise. Let's get back on the road. I think the microphone is working. That looks about right. Can't hear the music at all. A little bit louder. Hope that's okay. And let's get searching. We've had a pretty good day or two. Got a few wins recently. Oh, that was quick. Alright, and we got the white pieces, the board's up, looks all good. D4, main repertoire stuff. Let's see what we can see today. Alright, knight f6, staying flexible, c4, e6. Oh, we might be able to walk into a Nimzo. Let's do that. Or it is a Nimzo. Alright, cool. I can play various different ideas now. I'm actually going to play the Sämisch. It's been a while, but it's very fun, I hope. A3, E3, F3 can all kind of transpose, so I think starting with A3 feels a little bit inaccurate, but I don't think it's the biggest problem. Now we're going to push one of these pawns. It just depends on what our opponent does, and I'll be honest, I don't quite remember the theory. I think that allows us to go here, because if you come out this way, we're already blocking up the diagonal. We can also start here, but I don't think that's necessary. Let's just go F3. We have to be careful. There's this idea of checking us over here though, so I think for that reason we might play our bishop g5 soon. It's either e3 taking or bishop up. I mean, now that they've played this, they've got both sides for their light square bishop. So we could do like this, I guess. I wonder if we do want to open it up. Maybe we start here, and then if they take, we can take the center and say thank you. They'll probably play there. Or should we just take once and no longer have doubled pawns? If you take here, we can hit you, and I actually think this is incorrect. Yeah, there's a whole continuation here where you have to block with the knight or the bishop. I forgot which. But there's a specific reason you have to block with one and not the other. Alright, so we're just going to clean up our pawn structure a bit. We could still go e3 with still knight g5. Bishop g5, what am I saying? Alright, taking with the pawn is a lot more stable, I think. So now either this or this. We could also put our bishop here, which is something I've done in the past. And just kind of like help. If we do this, we might come back this way. I think I'm just going to go for the development and get castled. Now of course there's no pawn here, so even if this knight jumps, we can take, they check, we go up, and once they take here, we have the chance to get out of the way because there's no check. So I think they're just probably going to castle. We're going to bring out our light square bishop. They're going to make some plan with their own light square bishop at some point, I guess. If they put their bishop here, do we push? I mean, they're controlling that enough, so that really doesn't work. We can check, but that doesn't really seem to add much value either. So actually if they push a bishop here, maybe we start off with our knight like this. Then we can hit it, and that also supports this push. Interesting times. Gotta love a Nimzo. Gotta love a Nimzo. Get my camera a bit more centralized with this interesting background. Let's see. So I don't want to see this just because I'm not sure what to do against it. I'd love to see just the castle so I can come out. Yes, I do like this. And then we go up. Probably rook here, but it's okay. We are in time. And if they check us, no, they can't because the knight still has to move. But we could stop with the pawn, you could stop with the knight. We could get out of the way. This pawn is also protected with our darks for bishop, so still feels safe enough. c5 is always a move against d4. In this case, I don't think we have to worry about it. If they take, we can take back. If they push past, this long term gives them a potential passer, but it just lets the tension go. And we're perfectly fine, they have no immediate break. I think I might turn on the aircon again after all. It's a nice sunny day here, but yesterday was very rainy and the temperature is a bit lower, so let's do aircon. I should really just wear some kind of jacket or jersey when I come here. Yeah, alright, not much to change here. This is protected. We're just going to go ahead with this, I think, and get out of the way with our king. The trick is that you don't really want to... Ah, okay. If I take... It doesn't help much. If I push, it doesn't help much. I think I kind of just have to give this up. Or I have to get out of the way and let you take my knight. But I think I just castle and take here, to be honest. Yeah, it's not, it's not perfect, but we still have at least one bishop, which will open up once we play here. Yeah, there's no... Like, I could think about taking, knight takes, and then try and hitting the knight, but it doesn't really help much. The knight just jumps back to where it came from, and I don't think I have much for it, to be honest. So I think rather we're just going to go, alright, cool, take our bishop, we will take back with our queen, develop further, and then we will start working on getting our other rook in the game in some way, figuring out where we want to take our dark square bishop. Ooh, come on, aircon. I think it's gonna be... Yeah, I mean, this is fine, but you've got nowhere to go that's really useful. I guess you want to go here, and then you can come in here, which is not perfect, but we could undermine, and then that knight would be weak, so it's not the end of the world. I think we are gonna go ahead here, and then we are going to push, we take. So we want to get the kingside stuff going, but we maybe want to get our rook out. So here, you go here, we go up, you go here, and we bring this guy across. And then we can push. And actually you can't take as the knight hangs. And I've got this covered. Yeah, that's looking pretty good so far, to be honest. I like it. And you're currently also stopping yourself from playing c5, so let's go ahead. None of this matters. We just got to be careful not to play e4 too quickly, because if you do, you are in some trouble. In this case, we have enough defenders, thankfully, to break. I also think that there's a exchange sack sometimes on this square. Yeah, I'm cold. We could also bring our rook over here, I guess, because then we are double defending the pawn. But now I do kind of wish I had my Darkspear Bishop out. I'm expecting this. Maybe this. If you play queen up, take, 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 take. I can pin it to the queen. You play out. You can't. I take it. Hitting the queen, hitting here. Oh, then the queen can come out this way. Oh man. Lots going on. So nah. Maybe we're supposed to bring this rook up one move earlier. Like if the queen comes here, at least we don't have to move the pawn yet. We can still do this first. And then obviously we've got this and this, which is great. So maybe it's okay. Let's see if our opponent can find a plan of their own. Okay, yeah, it is exactly that actually. Attacking here. So we have this move, which is quite nice, but it doesn't actually do anything for us just yet. We also have this idea now actually, whoopsie, here and then here, but again doesn't quite do anything for us. So I think we are just going to continue on our way here. You can't hit us anywhere that hurts just yet. We're going to bring our last piece into the attack. This... oh, knight back. Okay, unexpected. Are you playing your pawn? Oh, I mean the pawn's hanging if you do. But now this gives me this break immediately. What's the point of this? Your queen's not coming anywhere useful. If you play up your pawn, I'm taking it. You're just gonna do this. You wanna do this, I guess. But this is just a free pawn. And actually then my break protects my knight. Which seems pretty good. Okay, so it's here. Directly breaking. Your knights can't go anywhere that I care about. And if you don't take it, then I just push past. If you do this, I take. If I do this, you do this. Yeah. Otherwise I jump first and then I start breaking. It seems kind of silly, but I think your queen might end up on a dangerous diagonal. Oh, a dangerous file. Is there any rush? Maybe there's no rush. I just bring my rook over. You still have no play. And then I start breaking. I actually don't need my rook here now because you don't have your knight attacking this. So I can do this. Take here. Take again. Oh, then I can't. Then I need this for that. Okay, so it's either break directly or it's rook over first. I guess the break directly, the thing is you're going to put your rook opposite my queen, which might be problematic eventually. Hit your queen. Oh, but I hit your queen first. You have to go somewhere. Say you stay. Take, take. Take. And if you come take here, I can check and take here, which seems pretty good. Yeah, actually, gotta remember this knight is loose. But I'm not quite sure, so maybe I just do this. Maybe both ways was okay. Maybe both ways was okay. Allow me to quickly jump over to main leeches. I'm curious if the streaming still connects. Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this matters, to be honest, because you just give me the pawn. I can also take it with my queen, actually. And then I'm attacking a bunch of stuff. Yeah, here you go, but here you have this square. I don't think I care about that, though. If you come in here, what are you attacking? My dark square bishop. Doesn't really matter. I can take it with the rook if I have to. You come here. I can actually take because I've got two defenders on here, so your queen's going to be in trouble. But I don't want to take. I don't think that's the... Oh, okay, so this c5 is probably what's happening here, right? Here, c5. Take. Your queen probably has to go somewhere. But let me start trading off. I don't want to trade off, so I'm actually going to push past, I think. If you take here, I take here. You're going to get your knight in here, I guess, but it's completely dominated, isn't it? Otherwise, I can start off this way. No, I think we're going to go. And we've got to speed up a tiny bit. Don't want to run out of time here. We just push past. We don't want to open up the file. It feels good, but that gives them the chance to start trading rooks. We actually just want to contain the game. And they can start getting on the queen side, but it's probably going to be too slow. Here they're double attacking the pawn. But actually in this case you hang your knight, so we can take, and you're hitting your queen and we're hitting your knight. So your queen moves, I take your knight and I can take back again if I need to. Yeah, so this doesn't work. This, I mean, this works in principle, but we are coming. Taking, we take, then you can come in here, and then I've kind of given you the outpost, but your knight isn't really doing anything useful. And we're going to start pushing here. I wonder if this move is worthwhile. Probably not really. Okay, taking, we're happy to take back. I can take this way, but no, the point is... Oh, and this actually also, now there's nothing here. So we're going to take back this way. Yeah, we're going to take back this way. We want to pressure here. There might be some tricks further down the line. Wonder if this might give us something as well. here, then we hit the queen. Yeah, see, now you're coming in here, but now I can do this. Oh no, then you take them, it doesn't help me much. What if I hit you, then I take, you take back with your king. I check you, you have to go somewhere. I get you with my bishop. Attack it again. You probably put something there, but then I get this in. Take, and I can take this way. And oh, this is very good, isn't it? This sack looks like it might work, actually. You're going to take my dark square bishop, aren't you? Not if I can sack first. Oh, I can also do this, actually. And if you take, I can take back. Oh, wow. Oh, my queen's just not in the right spot, unfortunately. Here, you move somewhere. Actually, this might be good. I just have no idea where you're going to go. We're not going to go for this. We've got some pieces coming into the attack now. Just got to find the right combination. Okay. Now I can bring this guy out to keep him from getting chopped. This here doesn't really work because it doesn't give us anything. Here you take not quite. So maybe we just start off with a pawn move. No, hang on, we just save this bishop. If you go here, we can chop your... Oh no, you can't chop anything. If you go here, maybe I check you, you take... And then I can take... Oh no, you've got so many pieces. Oh man, I'm not sure. We can attack this pawn though, and that might give us this square. This seems pretty good. And if you move it, obviously this gets an exchange, which is pretty great. We also have this queen move. We're hanging this pawn, but I think it's okay. You just got to be very, very specific now. Here, and you got to take. Then we take, then you move over. Then we take. Hitting this. Hitting this. And you can check us somewhere on the back rank. We can come back. Now I kind of wish this rook was over here. Just gotta get concrete. Here you take. We can check you. You probably run into the corner. Then we come over, you come over, we check you again. You block us. Take, take. Here. Oh man, just gotta find the right continuation. Attacking chess is really fun, but sometimes it's so difficult. Maybe I just gotta go over first. Actually, this is maybe a good idea. You take, I come over, threatening mate. Threatening mate. You push, and I come in with the check. And then this is hanging. Oh, okay, here we go. I think we found it. And if you come back to defend it, then I can just attack again. Here, yeah, I think this is just very strong. Threatening mate. I'm expecting queen back, because this just walks into mountains of trouble as well. I also have this then in case you move your king to the other side. Check back, check up. And then I got this as well. Oh, I also open up my rook obviously. So I can actually just take and take. I just gotta remember I need to keep my king safe. Yeah, that was the least fun now that I saw that there's a few continuations I'm not sure about. Alright, so this is what I was working on. This also has an idea, but I think this just feels good. We're going to open up the rook here. And we also have an idea of taking here and then just winning your queen. And if you don't, then we got this. I would love to make a queen sack mate now, but hard to find it. Queen back. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so this is very dangerous, I think. Because we take here and then we are threatening this. We're also threatening this, which is mate. Oh, okay. This is very good for us. Both of these moves are looking very dangerous. Forks your king and queen. Mate. This one forks your king and rook and still threatens, well, not quite, well, no, not quite mate, I guess. But close. Here you have to keep running. Otherwise it's queen back, but that's the same problem. Rook up. That gives you this square to run away to. You can take here. I need another piece in the attack. What about this? Oh, that gives you the check on my king. That's not good. What about queen up? And if you go here, I just check you. Then you can run away though. That's not fun. What about I start off with the knight taking? Then you still have to run away. Where would you run to? If I take like this anyway, you go here. I can take that knight, but that's not worthwhile. Oh man, finding the win. This seems, maybe this is good, you know, threat bigger than execution and all that stuff. My queen's kind of on the stupid square. That's the main problem here. If I take here and you go over and I check you here, if you take with the rook, hang on, I've got this back rank situation I've got to be careful of. Maybe I just take this way and then I get this. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna take here. You can run multiple ways. I've got a few discoveries which could be interesting. I'm expecting you to run here though, actually, to be honest. Okay, other way. Interesting. Now I maybe go here, and I'm threatening your rook, I'm threatening this. I also have this if you, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I think this is good. Hitting the rook. And if the rook comes forward, I can block here. I can also just take, to be honest. And then here you come over with the other one, and I check and take. This rook is kind of pointless. I gotta find a way to use it. Rook over, just runs into the check. This might also be a rook over there. Seems dangerous. So if I check now, how many spots do you have to run away? Only here and here. This is mate. So if you go to the back, unsure. What if I check now and you take and then I check? If I go here, you take. That's pointless. This check still seems good though. Is he gonna take my bishop? Otherwise, you just come up. Here, you go back somewhere. Probably there. Oh man, I'm so low on time here. Gotta make a move. This also seems good. This just seems better though. I have this to save my king on the back rank. Expecting this. Go back. Okay, now I think I go back here actually. I can take this knight. I think this seems stronger because I can do this and then you've got just so few places to run to. If you take, I take, and if you check me, I can still come back. So this is my threat here. Your queen doesn't have anywhere to go. Now I'm expecting this. We're going to take here, threatening mate. Also being able to come back. And then we have this. You know what, actually maybe I should have done this, because this threatens mate as well. Yeah, this would have been maybe good too, because then I get your queen. Oh, then you could have gone on my knight though, because you get this check. Maybe it's not so good. Expecting you to take my bishop. Don't really know what else you have. This check, I hit you, and you literally only have the going back square. Oh no, you can take here. I guess that works. That's maybe something we didn't think about. Here, here, and you take this. Then I guess I have to hit you again. You take here, you take there. Okay, so we might lose this pawn. But still pretty okay probably. Unless we don't even give it to you, why don't we just do this? Then you jump here, and you're threatening to come in behind us. We have this check. if you go here, oh no we don't, we'd have this, we have this, and then we have all of these. Okay, so this actually maybe works. Oh no, it's the same problem. What am I doing? Oh, maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, the rook has to stay there, that was why. You take in some way, I check you. If you go back, I just take a bunch of stuff, and eventually I can bring the rook down. And if you're not careful, I might get the second check with my queen and its mate. Alright. Starting to feel more confident. Still not completely sure, but more confident. This is still a move we have to be careful of. Take here, take threatening mate there. You check us. Oh, in that case, actually, we just walk up. Doesn't matter. And there's nothing you can do to stop mate anymore. Can't check us anywhere. Yeah. Okay, so this one we're sorted. This one looks like we're sorted. That one, slightly less what I expected, but I can do this. If you go here, I can take a bunch of stuff and then take. If you go here, I can check you here. And then I can check you here and mate. Okay, so we're just gonna, I think this is mate. And then we go down here. Yes, and then just here and here. Oh, we could have gone there as well, I guess. This just felt safe. You only have this square to run to. We check you again. One more. Mate. Check. Mate. Gotta love the Nimzo Indian from both sides. It is such a fun opening. Alright. That was fantastic. Super happy to get the win. Very, very fun game. Let's have a look at... So, this is the Nimzo Indian. We can say we don't want to play against a Nimzo Indian. We can play knight f3, or we can play g3, and kind of go into either Queen's Gambit Declined, or like a Catalan, or whatever. We could also play a3 here, which is unnecessary, but if your opponent only knows the Nimzo and doesn't know what to do if they don't get it, then I guess this is a move. But I'm happy to invite it. I love playing the Nimzo with both black and white. It's really fun. There's so many different variations, and it's quite often a dynamically imbalanced position with someone attacking and just mating. As happened both in this game and the previous one, we played the Nimzo Indian in this series, which was real nice. Alright, so inviting the Nimzo, they do go for it. And here there's multiple moves, right? There's a3, e3, f3, knight f3, g3, bishop d2 is a move, knight c, queen c2 is a move, queen b3 is a move, queen a4 is even a move, I think. Yeah, there's so many, but specifically this a3, e3, f3 can all transpose. This is the Sämisch. This is the Gmoch. This is the Rubinstein, I think. But basically, you can move these 3 pawns in almost any order and get roughly the same game. Obviously not completely, but yeah. So a3 first seems a bit silly, but it's just part of this. We just make the trade. Thank you very much. And now black's got a few kind of general options. Knight c6 is probably not the biggest option here. Here is also a move. Knight e4 here is kind of silly. Alright, but they decide to play b6, which is my favorite as well. So actually I would have played this way too. And here we can decide if we want to try e3 or f3 first. I wanted to try and get my Darksford bishop out maybe. So I played f3. And then they played, which is probably the best continuation, because if you play here, you give me the center. So d5, and I can take In normal cases I don't want to take because I don't want to give your light square bishop an easy way out. But since you've already opened up a different diagonal for it, you've already spent a tempo, so taking isn't the worst because either way you're getting it out. So I take once, and e4 directly is a disaster. If you play e4, they take, you take back, the pawn's hanging, right? You can take, then they're threatening this, they're threatening a check. It's not fun. You can even, in this case, oh no, sorry, this case you can take with the knight here and then check here, and then the king has to move and you can take back. If it's g3 you'd get the rook. If it's d2 maybe you don't get the rook. What do you get then? You can still get the pawn. You can also get in here. Don't do it. So yeah, e3 is best. We want to develop in this way, and then castle, which we did. I was just wondering about bishop f5 here, getting on the diagonal before us. Based on what happened in the game though, maybe you just play bishop d3 anyway, because we ended up trading it off, so maybe it doesn't matter too much. I was thinking about doing something different. I was thinking about winning my knight first, but actually maybe this is just fine, because it's basically what happened in the game. We develop our queen, bring the knight out, etc. Alright, so we bring the bishop out first. Rook e8 is a move, but I don't know if it's really the right idea. I'm a bit unsure. Maybe it's okay. I feel like maybe c5 directly is better. Just, immediately putting the question to us, or even just the bishop plan that they had. But yeah, c5, I think you just gotta play it. c5 would have developed, and you can keep the tension. Maybe you bring your knight out at that point. Here, oh man, you can even do this. So you can take with the rook if your knight's already out. I don't know, rook e8 just feels a little bit unnecessary, but maybe it's fine. So we'll trade it off, not the biggest deal. Although it seems like a problem, we're basically going to get this break in. So it doesn't matter. That move doesn't matter. Again, I think c5 was probably better. c5 and then knight out, basically. Yeah, so we continue our moves. An important plan to get the rook from the A file over to E or F2. In the game, I thought E2 was smarter, but in the end, I really wished it was on F2, so maybe that's better. There's another idea you can do where you can move your bishop and then you can play it over, but I don't want to let go of this pawn. I don't want to let go of this pawn, so the rook lift, the tiny rook lift, the mini rook lift just works a lot better. Alright, so we're over, and black doesn't really have a big plan with their other knight yet. There's nowhere it can go. They don't have any specific break because their knights are actually sitting in front of the pawns they would maybe want to break with. So yeah, this knight move, I'm also not sure what this was, to be honest. I think these two moves were just problematic. They should have played something else. But okay, that's a move. We bring our rook over. Yeah, now thinking rook f2 was probably fine. Especially after they moved their knight. Because they can't, push the pawn, we can just take it. And they can't stop us from getting this in, and the queen's in the front, so we would take with our knight if they try to take it. If they don't take, we push past, and then the break is done. Then there's nothing anymore, and we also have this potential idea later on if they're not careful. So yeah, maybe someone else. Knight jump doesn't add much value. I'm happy to break here. If you don't take, I continue pushing, like I said. I don't want to take, I don't want to open up the file black can use. I want to push past and open up the F file. In many variations in this, actually, you end up, if they have the knight there, you end up sacking, actually. Maybe not with the, maybe the queen somewhere else in that point, but you sack, and then you play your knight over here attacking this, or over here getting in there. But yeah, the rook sacrifice works really well. Oh yeah, we are willing to, oh no, we're not willing to give up, but we have to move your queen first. And here I didn't want to give up my bishop, and bishop g5. This all just felt a little bit uncomfortable. I wasn't sure if it's okay or not, so um, I was kind of happier to just put it here and also hitting that pawn. Although I think they could have just played c5 again. You got to play c5 against d4 openings. You really can't avoid it. If you don't play c5, your position is just always a bit worse, and that pawn matters nothing. So yeah, now we get our attack in. I expected them to come back, to be honest, and my plan then was going to be this. Just attacking the pawn again, and you can't defend it anymore. So I'm going to take, and then I'm going to, you know, just threaten the mate. So yeah, I guess this is okay, but it doesn't feel okay. And obviously moving forward doesn't help you much. I can do this, and if you take, I can take back here, but that seems kind of crazy, so I guess I have to take, if you went up, what would I do in that case then? Maybe I just take here, because I get this. And I can still bring, this is very similar to what the game was then, I guess, but they decided to run the other way. Now I've just got a very strong attack here. They did stop it, but they give us the pawn in front of the king. And I'm happy with this move as well. Taking with the rook is check, and maybe that's also just completely winning. But taking with the knight avoids any counter checks. We still get the pawn, and we still threaten a check, which feels really strong. So if the king doesn't move, we're going to be able to run this knight somewhere and get a check on you. So maybe I do this. And then you've got to be very careful, because I've got a rook coming in. And I've also got my queen potentially coming in. Also in this case, maybe I'll just do this then. And then once you take, I'll take back with check. And I'm protecting the knight so I can bring in my other rook maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, they ran the other way. Surprising. So I went back. Attack here, and now that square is free for a rook. And this just seems crushing. Oh, here I thought, yeah, taking seems possible, but I would go up. And I'm still threatening, mate, you can't stop me anymore. Checking first here. I was also going to run up, actually, because again I had the same plan. This would have had a check included. So we check. I think this is basically forced mate now. Check. If you go here, I can check you this way as well. You have to go back. I can check you again. If you go there, I take here, then you go here. Oh, how do I get my queen in? Or maybe I check and then I do this. Oh, hang on. Yeah, isn't... Take here, and if you go this way, isn't this just mate as well? That's a cool mate. With the rook and two minor pieces. Okay, but then we the other way, and we just step out of the rook with a check, and it's forced mate. Nice. Let's have a look at book, and there could be knight f7 mate if king a8. Yeah. Sorry. Who's this? Topato, thank you very much. As you say, so I'm already in the review here. You actually had the mate already. I still wanted to take something, but this is a nice mate too. I gotta get better at seeing all these continuations. Hey, it's a little bit tricky. Alright, I'm just gonna go from the top first. Our opponent already ran the analysis, and that is what we want to see. Yes, please. Just better and better and better. Never giving anything to black, except in the start it's completely equal because of the opening we're playing. Alright, but let's look at the opening theory, the opening book quickly and see what we can see. Topato, is it Topato? Yeah. Topato, do you play Nimzo as well? I said earlier, I absolutely love it with white and black. It's just such a fun opening. So, d4, we're going into a Nimzo. Yeah, e3, queen f3, f3, knight f3, bishop g, g3, a3, bishop d2, queen b3, bishop f4. There's so many moves here, and they're all relatively equal, especially probably in lichess, I would guess, yeah. But you see black does a lot better than they do at the masters level. There's way more draws. So I went for a3, which is the same-ish. Take, if you don't take, if you go back, it's just silly. You just give white like so much space. I get the center, I get the queen side potentially. So you obviously take, and here c5, b, castle, d6. Yeah, all of these moves are fine. If I was playing the opposite side, I would have probably played castle, I think, or b6. I would have played b6. So yeah, so they play b6, and here we go with our general plan for the a3. We're going to go f3 and e3, and we're going to open up the game this way. Bishop g5 first. I did consider this, but I wasn't sure if it's really that good. Sometimes what happens in that case is they kick you, and they kick you again, and if they can't get into e4, then you can play h4, and you can just start opening up the king side like that. What is it? I play the King's Gambit. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that's fun times, right? Also some various fianchetto sets up against d4. Yeah, I myself play the fianchetto on the white side a lot nowadays, and a little bit fianchetto for black against like the Rossolimo. I think that's actually it, to be honest. But yeah, the King's Gambit though, that's unexpected. I don't hear a lot of people saying that they're still playing the King's Gambit. That's very unexpected. Oh, I just realized our opponent is a 2000 rated, so that's fantastic. Glad to play in the 2000s, and obviously great to get a win. King's Gambit. Alright, so we went f3, it's the top move here. Knight c6. I do not remember this at all. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. I probably would just take the center, I guess. Oh, you're coming for my pawn. Yeah, now I have to come out. Knight a5. Queen e2. Yeah, this is a little bit frustrating here, and then they can come in here. Knight b3, rook b1, taking a dark square bishop. So you traded knight for bishop, jumped 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I moved twice, but I also moved my queen out into where I want my knight to be, although I can probably do this now. I wonder, this is probably equal. Yeah, it says equal, but maybe not the best for white's definitely not the plan I was hoping to get, so happy they didn't do that. Bishop A is good, d5 is good. D5 is better for us though, actually. Bishop A directly, same plan we just saw. Coming for the double pawn. Castles, again we'd probably just take e4. Yeah, so d5 I think makes sense. And I'm happy, yeah, taking is good. Now that you've opened up another diagonal for your bishop, it doesn't really that much matter if we take there. And then e3, yes, very happy for that as well. e4 doesn't work, we're just going to end up in big trouble. Take castle, bishop d3, c5. I said c5. c5 is the move you have to play against d4. At some point you got to play c5, right? Against a d4 opening, no c5 is basically losing. I think there's... Against d4, what can you play that doesn't take c5? The Slav. Okay, you can play c6, d5. The Slav you can play against it. And I guess in some King's Indian defenses you play e5 instead of d5. But yeah, c5 is almost always correct against the d4 opening. I think rather than knight c3 after c4, knight c3 after c4, you can instead just play knight f3, g3, bishop 2. Yeah, exactly. So, sorry, I mentioned this. Here in this position, I also play the Catalan sometimes. We can also play knight f3 and then go back to it. We can play something crazy like a3 if we really want to avoid it, but it's a complete waste. But so you weren't here at the start, I'm guessing, Tobato, but I actually invite the Nimzo because I like the Nimzo a lot from white and black side, so I'm super happy to have my opponent play into a Nimzo. It's really fun. I really enjoy the game. Like you saw now, it gets really tactical and there's a lot of attack going on, so yeah, I'm very happy with that. So rook e8 here has been tried at the top level, but it's a lot better for white than c5. 92, we're just continuing our plan. Again c5 here, you just gotta play c5. Bishop a, I can just ignore it. I don't have to take And here trading off was just a draw. Top level c5 again. c5 probably for every move until the end of the game. Alright, we take here c5. They don't. They just play up, and now there's only 4 games and it's all white who won it. Yeah, indeed, I think this is just very good for white. Knight g3, we're basically getting our plan. Queen e didn't make sense. Knight a also I don't think really matters. I would push up here. If you go here, I don't really want to trade off my bishop, but I can't actually defend it anymore, so I would probably just play my rook over. Yeah, I'd probably just play my rook over. And if you take back like this, and then just come back again and break. So queen up isn't in the master's database, and indeed I don't think it was a very good move. Engine says 1 plus 1 3. We're getting better now. Let's just see if anyone in the top leeches database 2000 and up. Queen e7. Oh wow, okay, so 6 people. Second most played move here. And it actually scored okay for other people, but yeah, I don't think it's good. Rook a2, we continue with the same plan. And now knight back. Also, I didn't understand this at all. Yeah, that didn't make sense to me. Alright, and here we're just doing good. Ah, where do we put our rook? Oh, we don't put our rook anyway, we break. That's unexpected. Why do I have only one line open? Multiple lines. I normally want 3, thank you very much. Yeah, rook e2. Okay, so rook e2 was actually the move. Okay, I'm not going to break without the rook. There's no point. Black doesn't have anything amazing that they can do against us. Getting out of the way I think definitely would have been a good call, but we would still break. We would have to take, I'm guessing. We would take back. And we're still threatening to push here to get our dark square bishop out somewhere, to double up our rooks after that and attack that pawn. We can also hit you directly. Yeah, this position just feels pretty good. Oh, I do see you have this move because my queen's hanging. What do I do after this? Just move out of the way. Okay, never mind. That's not so bad. Alright, cool, but then, yeah, knight a5. We don't really mind that side of the board. We're going for the break. Taking actually better for us, interesting. But yeah, we're happy to see it. And we don't want to open up the e file, we want to play the f file. E file, black also has a lot of pressure down. We want to play on the f file and play on this king side here. We can get a nice move in. Okay, engine says good, it seems. And here, where should we put our dark square bishop? Okay, any of those are fine. I'm happy with where we put it. Yeah, and I don't think that's best. And here I think actually, yeah, we obviously had 2 mistakes, but we played generally the best looking moves here. Yeah, what happens after this? Oh, you take. Ah, okay, because if you take, then it's just bye-bye queen. Yeah, so yeah. I didn't even consider that, actually. Take here, take a queen, check you away, take. Okay, so what do we have here? We're up a piece. And black has some pawns, but yeah, they're not coming out anytime soon. This is probably +3 or something, still +5. Okay. Yeah, pretty good for us, happy to see it. I think the point of c4 is that black puts a knight on c4 if you don't break first. You mean knight a5, right? Oh, I actually, yeah. So the knight onto the knight here, right? I did look at that, but I actually didn't think it mattered because I'm still dominating it with my bishop. It can't come anywhere that I care about. None of these squares matter as such, so if I... okay, I'm gonna... So let's say... Oh, now you can't do it. Okay, let's say I fall asleep and you get this knight in. My pawn's hanging, but I don't really think that matters so much, to be honest. If I go here and you take this pawn, it doesn't matter. Like, your knight can't go anywhere I care about, and now I can push past, and I think this is still good for white. Yeah, plus 1.7, let's see. Maybe there was a better move. I'm just wasting a move here. No, this is... yeah, oh, you can save the pawn, but I didn't really know. I was considering it, but I didn't know if it was necessary. The c4 square is a great outpost, but The problem is that it's hitting squares that don't matter, because I'm going to be playing here, right? In this side of the board, so, and on the white squares. On the light squares is where my break is coming, so I think that's why it wasn't. Maybe if you get it earlier in the game, it matters a bit more, but yeah, it's just, as you say, white's just a little bit better either way. I wasn't scared of that much. Yeah, happy to take, happy to ignore. Bishop up, yeah, I didn't care about that. Here, oh, we're actually just supposed to, ah, oh, I'm so silly. I'm so silly. You can get this with the threat of mate at the same time. So if you take here, mate. Oh man, I completely missed that. So in this case, you have to just like lose your queen basically. Here, here. Oh my goodness. Look at this destruction. Wow, that is amazing. Bishop X is best. Okay, I mean, there's so many ways to win here. I guess at this point it doesn't really matter. As you say, white is just clearly better. I didn't find that continuation. I thought I still had to. I saw this and this, but clearly the logic is that if I just move the bishop to attack, I still have this threat. So that's really silly that we didn't get that. That's unfortunate. All right, and here, yeah, I'm happy to take. I'm happy to take with the knight instead of with the rook. I did not think this was a good move because you get this, which just seems very bad for me. Yeah, I didn't like that one bit. Apparently it's okay though, but yeah, I didn't like that, so I was happy to take here. Okay, this is our first mistake. No, here our first mistake is not recognizing that. Okay, cool. Take here. Yeah, that knight jump's great. And here, and here. Oh, okay, yeah. I saw this move afterwards, but I didn't see it at the time. This. And then if you take there, I take here, and that's mate. If you push, and I can still do this, I guess. And if you go here, it's just into mate as well. You have to move a mate. If you go back, I still just take and threaten mate here. And if you go here, I was gonna go here. And then I've got this. And if you put something there, I get here. And if you try to stop me, oh, I guess I just take this. Here, and in that case, it's mate here, and in this case, it's mate there. Yeah, this is still mate in 1 or 2, yeah. Okay, there we go. There's actually so many mates at this point, I didn't realize. Okay, so this was not the best move. But I didn't really know how... Yeah, so I clearly didn't know how to continue here. But after that, it's just mate in 5, and I did find that... Apparently, I didn't find the best way to do it. Up is better. Both is the same. And, oh yeah, you could block, but it's mate. Mate, 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 mate. Perfect. Alright. Well, fantastic to get the win. Another opponent over the 2000, so fantastic to play some stronger opposition. Fantastic play in Nimzo. Everyone's got to love the Nimzo. If you don't play the Nimzo, you got to play the Nimzo. 96% accuracy, always happy to see over 90. 2 inaccuracies by us where we dropped our advantage because we didn't find the best continuation, but we were still completely winning, thankfully. So, alright, and I think that's going to be it for today. Topato, thank you very much for joining and chatting a bit. I really appreciate it. I'm not really putting these on a schedule, so not everyone knows when I'm streaming, but it's always great when someone else comes past. Otherwise, you can find this video and all the previous ones on the channel later on, so please feel free to check it out there. This is game 29, so we have played 29 games so far, and it's been going pretty well actually overall. If I open up our profile for Rapid, yeah, this is where we let me just make it a bit, yeah, this is where we got back into Rapid in March, I think, 14th, yeah, we started to play, and we've been increasing our rating, which is not the goal, but the hopeful conclusion based on the games we play and the improvements we're making. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, This was our 29th game on the road to better chess. Was it? I think so. Catch you guys again next time, and yeah, if you want to see anything else in the meantime on YouTube, go right ahead. It's all saved on the channel in the same playlist. See you around. Bye bye.